Selamat pagi, Ya Arif.
Ya.
Dengan izin Ya Arif, pendengaran permohonan untuk menerima masuk dan mendaftaraikan Pempetisyen sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara di Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya secara sidang video. Seterusnya, Mahkamah ingin mengingatkan semua pihak agar kekal di kedudukan masing-masing dan tidak menutup video walaupun setelah selesai di giliran. Diminta kerjasama Tuan Puan agar tidak melayari live streaming di YouTube berdekatan Tuan Puan di dalam bilik yang sama semasa prosiding berjalan kerana dikuatiri akan mengganggu sistem rakaman audio. Dengan izin Ya Arif, perbicaraan mahkamah pada hari ini dijalankan secara sidang video atas persetujuan semua pihak berikutan perintah kawalan pergerakan. Hakim yang bersidang hari ini ialah Ya Arif Hakim Dato Wan Ahmad Farid bin Wan Salleh. Dengan izin Ya Arif, saya panggil untuk petisyen pertama, nombor kes WA18664052021, Syazwan Abazah bin Fikri Abazah. Persilakan, P1 perkenalkan diri anda.
Dengan izin Ya Arif, nama saya Syazwan Abazah bin Fikri Abazah, Pempetisyen pertama.
Silakan Encik Chu.
Dengan izin Ya Arif, saya Chu Hong Seng, pengusul bagi pihak Pempetisyen Syazwan Abazah bin Fikri Abazah, dan rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing hadir pada pagi ini mewakili berbahagian Peguam Negara Puan Adibah Iman Muhammad Hassan, bagi pihak Majlis Peguam Cik Nik Elin Zurina binti Nik Abdul Rashid, dan bagi pihak Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur Encik Mahindra Naidu anak lelaki Rama. Dengan izin Ya Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Ya Arif untuk meneruskan hujahan saya di dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dipersilakan.
May it please my lord, may I introduce the petitioner, Syazwan Abazah bin Fikri Abazah. The petitioner was born in Kuala Lumpur on 4th of May 1997, but will later call Bandar Sri Damansara as his home and a place which he grew up in. He is the youngest son of Mr. Fikri Abazah bin Haji Jaafar and Puan Rosita binti Zakaria. The petitioner has had his early education at SK Bandar Sri Damansara 1 before continuing his secondary school in SMK Bandar Sri Damansara 1 and later at Sekolah Menengah Sains Alam Shah. After graduating from his foundation study at the Center of Foundation Study under University Technology Mara, he later embarked on his tertiary education at University Malaya. Eventually, he obtained his Bachelor of Law in Honours after 4 years of studies. During his time in university, the petitioner was actively involved in various extracurricular activities in the faculty and also non-governmental organizations. The petitioner's most notable involvement are Youth Advocacy Academy organized by Malaysia Center for Constitutionalism and Human Rights (MCCHR), Padang Bola Sepak, and humanitarian mission to Cambodia and also Vietnam. Upon graduation, the petitioner commenced his pupillage at Messrs. E.J. Ong and Partners under the tutelage of Mr. Ong Eugene. On this memorable days, the petitioner would like to take this opportunity to record his sincere and utmost gratitude for his parents, 2 sisters, Shakira Safika, and the petitioner's relative from Malim Nawa, Perak, and Majidi, Johor. The petitioner couldn't begin to utter how thankful he is over the level of love, sacrifices, and also supports that his family have given throughout his life. The petitioner would like to express that today is a truly gift for his parents, for all the unflinching support, encouragement, and as well as the freedom that they afforded until today. The petitioner also would like to thank his pupil master, Mr. Ong Eugene, for his guidance and knowledge sharing throughout his chambering period. During the 9 months of pupillage, the petitioner was able to learn well in the realms of the general litigation. The petitioner is grateful to all his colleagues in Messrs. E.J. Ong and Partners, especially Ms. Liana and Ms. Chan Yue Liang, for their guidance and kindness that made the petitioner first entry into the legal industry all more colorful. The petitioner phone appreciation also goes to his friend for the companionship and also comfort that they have given him until today. The petitioner would like to thank Sophia, Maisara, Aisha, Adha, Anafiza, Chandra, Gabriel, Arif, Afiq, and also Alkif for their unyielding support and also gentle affection over the petitioner have made him flourish into who is today. And for that, he is very thankful. Aisha, Adha, Anaf, my Lord, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I believe all the petitioner papers are in order, and my learned friend from Attorney General Chamber, the Bar Council, and also the KL Bar Committee, respectively, have no objection to this motion.
Pendengaran.
Pihak Peguam Negara Malaysia tiada bantahan.
Majlis
Dengan
Peguam.
izin yang arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tiada bantahan.
Bar Kuala Lumpur.
Dengan izin yang arif, bagi jawatan kuasa Peguam Selangor, kami tiada bantahan.
Selangor.
Ya.
Ya, Selangor.
Benar yang arif.
Sekejap ya.
This petition is from Selangor yang arif.
Dengan ini, Ya Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kepada Yang Arif supaya Pempetisyen Sazwan Abazah bin Fikri Abazah diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Oleh kerana tidak ada apa-apa bantahan daripada badan-badan yang berkenaan dan oleh kerana mahkamah diyakinkan bahawa kertas-kertas kausa adalah teratur, mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Syazwan Abazah bin Fikri Abazah sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Syazwan Abazah bin Fikri Abazah dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Saya selanjutnya memohon kebenaran Yang Arif agar pempetisyen dibenarkan untuk menyarukan jubahnya sendiri.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Tanya.
Ini izin Arif, Pempetisyen kedua WA18713 062021 Fatin Syahira binti Muhammad Zuki. Persilakan P2 perkenalkan diri anda.
Dengan izin yang arif, saya Fatin Syahira binti Muhammad Zuki, Pempetisyen kedua.
Dipersilakan Cik Aftar.
Dengan izin yang arif, saya Aftar Singh Al-Laki Prem Singh bagi pihak Pempetisyen dan bersama-sama saya adalah rakan-rakan yang bijaksana yang mewakili pihak Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Majlis Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah diperkenalkan sebelum ini kepada Yang Arif. Yang Arif, izinkan saya memperkenalkan Pempetisyen. Pempetisyen Fatin Syahira binti Muhammad Zuki dilahirkan di Kuala Lumpur dan adalah anak kepada pasangan Encik Muhammad Zuki dan Tuan Jamalia. Pempetisyen telah melanjutkan pelajarannya dalam ijazah sarjana muda undang-undang di Universiti Teknologi Mara setelah menamatkan pengajian di peringkat asasi di universiti yang sama. Pada tahun 2020, Pempetisyen telah menamatkan pelajarannya dan kemudiannya bekerja sebagai judicial clerk di unit penyelidikan di Istana Kehakiman Putrajaya. Pempetisyen telah memulakan latihan dalam kamarnya di Tetuan Azmi and Associates pada bulan Jun 2021 di bawah tunjuk ajar Encik Muhammad Shah bin Hashim dan juga bimbingan Puan Nadia Liana dan Puan Nur Amalina. Sepanjang tempoh latihannya, Pempetisyen telah didedahkan kepada bidang corporate, terutamanya corporate governance. Arif, di hari yang bersejarah ini, Pempetisyen mendedikasikan sepenuh penghargaan kepada kedua-dua ibu bapanya, iaitu Encik Muhammad Zuki dan Puan Jamalia, atas segala kasih sayang yang dicurahkan dan pengorbanan sepanjang membesarkan Pempetisyen dan juga adiknya. Sesungguhnya jasa dan bakti ibu bapanya adalah tidak ternilai meskipun dengan segunung emas dan permata. Seterusnya, Pempetisyen juga ingin mengambil kesempatan ini untuk mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada sahabat, rakan dan taulan yang mengenali Pempetisyen sepanjang kehidupannya, terutama sekali Encik Ahmad Zul Haziq, Cik Ainul Fariha, Puan Intan Suzana, Cik Syahiza dan Cik Ainur Syuhada yang tidak pernah lelah memberikan sokongan serta dorongan, juga mempercayai Pempetisyen di saat Pempetisyen sudah ragu dengan kemampuan sendiri. Tidak dilupakan juga kepada Cik Nur Hajihin, teman seperjuangan semasa bertugas sebagai Judicial Clerk yang seterusnya menjadi Chimbimate Pempetisyen di Tuan Azmi and Associates. Pempetisyen juga ingin merakamkan penghargaan kepada pengajar beliau, Encik Muhammad Shah bin Hashim, yang telah banyak membimbing dan mengajar Pempetisyen, terutamanya dalam bidang korporat. Penghargaan ini turut dipanjangkan kepada Puan Nadia Liana, Puan Nur Amalina dan Cik Azna Suhaila serta warga kerja Prudence atas tunjuk ajar dan nasihat serta sokongan sepanjang tempoh latihan Pempetisyen. Pempetisyen turut ingin mengucapkan sekalung tahniah kepada Pempetisyen lain yang bakal diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara pada hari ini. Arif, semua surat cara Pempetisyen adalah sempurna dan teratur, dan saya percaya Pempetisyen adalah seorang yang berkelayakan menurut Akta Profesional Undang-Undang 1976 dan bahawa rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang mewakili semua badan-badan yang berkenaan tidak mempunyai sebarang bantahan kepada Pempetisyen dimasukkan. Oleh yang demikian, saya dengan rendah diri memohon satu perintah agar Pempetisyen dapat diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Dengan izinnya Arif, pihak Peguam Negara Malaysia tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih. Oleh kerana semua kertas-kertas adalah teratur dan oleh kerana badan-badan yang berkenaan tidak mempunyai apa-apa bantahan terhadap petisyen ini, Mahkamah ini dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Fatin Syahira binti Muhammad Zuki sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara dan Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya, dan juga memerintahkan nama Fatin Syahira binti Muhammad Zuki dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Saya memohon kebenaran untuk Pempetisyen mencubahkan dirinya sendiri.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Tahniah.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Ini izin Yang Arif. Pempetisyen ketiga WA18855 Rachel Sozieng. Silakan P3 perkenalkan diri anda.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Rachel Sozi, Pempetisyen yang ketiga.
Dipersilakan Cik Chiao.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Chiao Wee, Peguam Pengusul hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Rachel Ziying pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan juga Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur telah pun diperkenalkan awal tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan ucapan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dipersilakan.
My Lord, may I introduce the petitioner Rachel So Ziying. The said petitioner was born in Kuala Terengganu on the 14th of April, 1998, and is the eldest of 5 children of Mr. So Tek Kui and Madam Ko Lei Ling. The petitioner received her secondary education in SMK Sultan Sulaiman and continues a tertiary education in Multimedia University to read law. After a good 5 years, she successfully graduated with a second-class honor.
What is SMK Sultan Sulaiman, is it?
Yes, saya. Yeah, SMK Sultan Sulaiman.
It's my alma mater.
So the petitioner is indeed privileged to be called before your lordship today.
Indeed.
The petitioner is fortunate to commence a pupillage at Messrs. Ming and Partners under the guidance of a pupil master, Mr. Pang So Pin. During this time, she was mainly exposed to conveyancing practice, closely guided by her pupil master, who constantly monitors her professional development. It is also the petitioner's privilege to explore other areas of practice, which eventually gave the petitioner invaluable insight about the legal realm. The petitioner's master confirms that she has a positive attitude to work, she is conscientious, and she is dependable. Such qualities that will certainly place her in a good state for her future career. From nothing to something, the petitioner would like to express her love and gratitude to the people who have played an important role in the petitioner's journey in pursuance of a legal career. The petitioner acknowledges that her parents' financial sacrifice has enabled her to be the first in her family to enter the legal profession. She would also like to express her utmost gratitude to her parents and her brothers for their unconditional love and unwavering support, without which she would not be here today before this honorable court, before your lordship. And indeed, it is the best Father's Day present to Mr. So this weekend. The petitioner would like to extend her sincere appreciation to her pupil master, Mr. Pang, for his guidance and invaluable advice, for which she says has been a privilege. All the sharing certainly enables her to learn and expose herself to the true practice of law. The petitioner is grateful to other partners of the firm and also her colleagues for the guidance and for making her pupillage a wonderful one. The petitioner is also grateful to her close friends and everyone around her who has taken their time off to witness and share this joyful occasion with the petitioner this morning. The petitioner admits that doing her pupillage as Messrs. Ming and Partners is challenging, yet exciting and rewarding. She realizes that in legal practice, skills and results alone are insufficient. Integrity and good character are the main keys. Good character is not given to us. We have to build it piece by thought, by choice, courage, and determination. Yang Arif, berdasarkan latihan dalam karma yang telah dijalani oleh Pempetisyen di Tetuan Ming dan Associates, saya sesungguhnya percaya bahawa beliau adalah seorang yang berkelakuan baik dan layak diterima masuk sebagai peguam. Saya percaya kertas-kertas kosa Pempetisyen adalah teratur dan saya difahamkan rakan-rakan bijaksana saya dari yang berbagai peguam negara, Majlis Peguam dan juga Jawatan Kuasa Kuala Lumpur tidak ada bantahan. Dengan hormatnya Yang Arif, saya memohon supaya Pempetisyen Rachel So Ziying diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Mohon diperkenankan.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, pihak Peguam Negara Malaysia ada bantahan.
Terima kasih.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih. Bahagian.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih. Oleh kerana pihak berkenaan tidak mempunyai apa-apa bantahan dan oleh kerana kata adalah teratur, Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Rachel So Ziying sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Rachel Ziying dan
Is there something wrong with the sound?
Sebentar, mungkin Arif ada masalah teknikal ataupun connection internet. Pihak-pihak mohon bersabar sebentar. Okay.
sempat dengar tak perintah tadi?
Tak sempat ya Arif.
Tak sempat dengar, baik. Oleh kerana semua kertas-kertas telah teratur dan oleh kerana pihak-pihak badan-badan yang berkenaan tidak mempunyai apa-apa bantahan terhadap petisyen ini, Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Rachel Ziying sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Rachel Ziying dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih Arif. Dengan rendah diri saya mohon supaya pempetisyen dibenarkan untuk menjubahkan dirinya sendiri, Arif.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih.
Much obliged.
Tahniah.
Ini saya Arif, pempetisyen keempat WA 18859 082021 Sanggita Anak Perempuan Supiah. Silakan P4 perkenalkan diri anda.
Dan izin Yang Arif, saya Sanggita Anak Perempuan Supiah, pempetisyen keempat.
Silakan Cik Nicholas.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Saya Nicholas Ho Sian Pin, mewakili pihak pempetisyen Sanggita Anak Perempuan Supiah. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili Yang Berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Negara Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur adalah seperti yang telah diperkenalkan tadi. Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kebenaran untuk meneruskan ujahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dipersilakan.
Much obliged, my lord. My lord, may I introduce your humble petitioner, Sanggita Supiah, known simply as Sanggita to her family and friends. The petitioner was born in Perak and raised in Kuala Lumpur. She is the middle child to Mr. Supiah Arumugam and Madam Uma Pusparaju, both of whom are present virtually today. The petitioner has two other sisters. My lord, according to the petitioner, she was born in, and I quote from her, she was born in a classic Indian household wherein she was expected to get straight A's in school and then to obtain a degree and pursue one of 4 careers, that is either medicine, engineering, accountancy, or law. Although the petitioner is eternally grateful, Arif, to her parents for giving her freedom to choose from these 4 very wide-ranging fields, the petitioner ended up eventually choosing law by process of elimination. My lord, and so the story goes that in 2017, the petitioner graduated from Cardiff University with second-class honors in law, and thereafter she took some time off for some reflection before deciding to pursue a master's degree in law. She then went back to UK in 2019 and did obtain her master's in law, majoring in intellectual property and IT law in 2020. In the midst of the global pandemic, the petitioner decided to do the bar in Leeds, a decision which was very much encouraged by her mother. Upon completing her bar practice course in the UK, the petitioner was admitted in 2021 as a member of the Inner Temple. She then commenced her pupillage at the esteemed firm of Mrs. Raja Darrell and Law under the tutelage of my learned and good friend, Miss Yvonne Ong. Petitioner fondly recalls her time at Mrs. Raja Darrell and Law, where amongst other things, she conducted a public examination at the KL High Court and learned to dance at the firm's social event. My Lord, on this joyous occasion, the petitioner would like to take this opportunity to express her utmost gratitude and love to her family and friends. First and foremost, to her parents. She would like to thank them for their unwavering support, encouragement, love, and sacrifices, without which whom she would not have been able to achieve any of the milestones in her life. To her two sisters, Nishantini and Lavanya, the petitioner thanks them for being a constant source of entertainment and the most trusted confidant. To her aunt and uncle, Maheshwari and Fridlam Pickard, the petitioner expresses her heartfelt gratitude to them for being her virtual support during the pandemic, with frequent video calls and virtual dinners every weekend. And to her other uncle, Rajendran Pusparaju, the petitioner thanks him for always being an inspiration on how to live life, love, and to laugh. And last but not least, the petitioner thanks her only grandmother, Saraswati Pusparaju, and the rest of her extended family for always showering her with an abundance of love. Now, besides the family, Yang Arif, the petitioner would like to record her appreciation for her friends, some old and some not so old, but all of whom she can count on, and they are Kavi, Nita, Mika, Janani, Jenhui, Constance, Nada, Lavina, Louis, and Chow. The petitioner would also like to warm-heartedly thank her pupil master, Ms. Yvonne Ong, for all her guidance, opportunities, advice that was generously provided for her during her pupillage. The petitioner indeed aspires to be her pupil master, to be like her pupil master, as an esteemed and respected IP lawyer, and who always has a bright smile and a friendly but firm personality. And last but not least, my Lord, the petitioner affectionately thanks her pupillage mates for making her pupillage an exceptional one. Those she wishes to thank are Z, Lorisha, Andre, Zarina, Emily, Huda, Wendy, Naim, Sam, Survey, and Vincent. Indeed, all of them assisted her whenever she needed help and always maintained a positive working environment and creating many memories that would always bring a smile to the petitioner's face. And so, my Lord, I verily believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. I also verily believe that the petitioner's papers are in order and that my learned friends from the AG Chambers, the Bar Council, and the Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee have no objections to this motion. Oleh demikian, Yang Arif, saya dengan rendah diri memohon supaya Sanggita Anak Perempuan Supiah diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai seorang Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, pihak Peguam Negara Malaysia tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih. Oleh kerana pihak Peguam Negara Malaysia, pihak Majlis Peguam dan pihak Jawatan-Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tidak mempunyai apa-apa bantahan, dan oleh kerana kertas-kertas kausa di dalam petisyen ini adalah teratur, Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan Menerima Masuk Sanggita Anak Perempuan supaya sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya, dan juga memerintahkan nama Sanggita Anak Perempuan supaya dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Dan ini saya memohon kebenaran mahkamah supaya membenarkan Pempetisyen menjubahkan dirinya sendiri.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih. Thank you, my lord.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Tanya.
Ini Izin Arif. Pempetisyen ke-5 WA 1886008221 Kelvin Lim Singguan. P5, silakan perkenalkan diri anda.
Izin Arif, Kelvin Lim Singguan, Pempetisyen ke-5.
Persilakan Cik Penny. Unmute please. Unmute. Unmute again please. Miss Penny, can you please unmute? Yep.
I don't know why. Okay. Minta maaf Arif. Yang izin Arif, saya Penny Muyen hadir bagi pihak Pempetisyen Kelvin Lim Singguan pada hari ini. Rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masing mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan-Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur yang telah pun diperkenalkan awal tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Yang Arif untuk meneruskan hujahan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dipersilakan.
Yang Arif, may I introduce the petitioner Kelvin Lim Singguan? The petitioner was born in 7 September 1998 and is the second child of Mr. Lim Ah Seng and Madam Yap Saw Cheng. While holding the petitioner in their hands after waiting for 9 months, they thought that was the most beautiful day ever in their life until today, where they get to witness their son taking his next big step in his life by being admitted to the bar as an advocate and solicitor. The petitioner completed his secondary education at SMK Raja Abdullah, Kuala Lumpur. Soon after, the petitioner began to read law at Multimedia University, Malacca, and graduated with the LLB Honors degree in July 2021. In August 2021, the petitioner commenced his pupillage at Messrs. Kwek Ramesh and Lu under the tutelage of Mr. Ramesh Sivakumar. The petitioner would like to dedicate this day of admission to his parents, whose dreams were to see the petitioner becoming a lawyer. Despite the petitioner's passion to do law, his parents' dreams became his motivation to get through law school. Today is the day the dreams of his parents fulfilled. The petitioner would like to take this opportunity to thank his parents because without them, the petitioner would not be who he is today. The petitioner would also like to thank his siblings, Sally Lim and Elvin Lim, for extending all the help, love, and constant motivation the petitioner needed to be standing here today. You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. That is the petitioner's master favorite catchphrase, which has been embedded in the petitioner's mind and heart, will always be the petitioner's guide in his future endeavors. Throughout the 9 months of pupillage, the petitioner had been exposed to the real world of civil and criminal litigation. The petitioner only realized the reality of litigation when his master brought him to numerous and different types of hearings and trials, and that have raised his interest in continuing to practice law upon being called to the bar. The petitioner is grateful to his master for all the advices, commotions, and adrenaline that he has gone through together with his master during his pupillage journey. The 9 months the petitioner has spent with his master has molded him to be a responsible person. The petitioner would like to express his utmost gratitude to his pupil master, Mr. Ramesh Sivakumar, for all the guidance, support, and knowledge imparted to him throughout his pupillage. The petitioner believes that he could not have made it here today without the guidance of Mr. Ramesh. The petitioner would like to express his sincere gratitude to Cik Hayati, Mr. Narinden, Ms. Shelwan, Mr. Gwek, Mr. Raymond, and all his colleagues in Messiah's Gwek, Ramesh, and Lu, who have always been there through the good and bad days, and for always motivating the petitioner to do his best. The thought to never give up and learn constantly were instilled by them to the petitioner. The petitioner would also love to thank his closest companion, Ms. Lei Yi-Ki, who has helped the petition to get through his adventure-filled 9 months of pupillage. Lastly, the petitioner would also like to dedicate his call to the bar to everyone who has directly as well as indirectly helped him and motivated him to fulfill his dream of being admitted to the bar. Young Arif, I believe that the petitioner is a fit and proper person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of this honorable court. I believe all the petitioner's papers are in order and that my learned friends from the Attorney General's Chambers, Bar Council, and Kuala Lumpur Bar Committee respectively have no objections to this motion.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, pihak kami tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih.
Dengan ini, saya dengan rendah diri memohon kepada Mahkamah untuk Pempetisyen diterima masuk dan didaftarkan sebagai seorang Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Oleh kerana semua kertas-kertas kausa telah teratur dan oleh kerana badan-badan yang berkenaan tidak mempunyai apa-apa bantahan terhadap petisyen ini, Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Calvin Lim Sin Guan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Calvin Lim Sin Guan dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih, Yang Arif. Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran Mahkamah Mulia ini untuk Pempetisyen menjubahkan dirinya sendiri.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih, Yang Arif.
Terima kasih, Arif.
Tanya.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Pempetisyen ke-6 WA 18867 082021 Gan Zuyi. Silakan perkenalkan diri anda P6.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Gan Xueyi, Pempetisyen ke-6.
Dipersilakan, Cik Caroline.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Caroline Goh Siu Siang, Peguam Pengusul yang mewakili Pempetisyen ke-6 Gan Xueyi. Bersama saya adalah wakil-wakil dari Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur, seperti mana yang telah diperkenalkan oleh rakan saya yang bijaksana sebentar tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya memohon kebenaran untuk meneruskan pengucapan saya dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih, Yang Arif. My Lord, may I introduce the petitioner before this Honourable Court this morning, Gan Xueyi. The petitioner was born on the 14th of April 1998 and raised in Cara, Kuala Lumpur. She is the eldest child of Mr. Gan Kok Sing and Madam Tan Hui Sing. The petitioner's father is a quality surveyor and her mother is a secondary school teacher. The petitioner received her primary education at SJKC Taman Kono and secondary education at SMK Taman Kono. Motivated by her desire to protect her rights and interests under the law, the petitioner has set her mind on becoming a lawyer since secondary school. She later left home to Multimedia University, Malacca, to read law, and during her time at university, the petitioner was actively involved in various extracurricular activities. Upon she was conferred a Bachelor of Law Honours degree in 2021, the petitioner began her pupillage at Mrs. Halim Hong and Kwek under the tutelage of my learned friend Miss Lim Yok Wah. Today, the petitioner wishes to take this opportunity to express her utmost gratitude to her parents for their unconditional love and support towards every decision she has made, including her life decision to read law. The petitioner is blessed for having parents who gave her the best of their life, and this teaches her to appreciate things around her. The petitioner would like to thank her pupil master, Ms. Lim Yok Wah, for providing her with opportunities and guidance throughout her pupillage and for enabling her to see the practical insights of law in the real world. On this memorable day, the petitioner would like to also thank Dato Kwek Gi Meng, the managing partner of the firm, Ms. Teo Siang Lee, Mr. Adrian Koh, Mr. Siaka Sun, Ms. Jacqueline Woon, Ms. Hilary Lim, and Ms. Nicole Lu for their invaluable guidance, words of wisdom, and life lessons given to the petitioner, which shapes the petitioner to be a more comfortable person in the legal profession. The petitioner appreciates every learning opportunity and the friendly environment in the firm. The petitioner would like to extend her gratitude to Mr. Darwin Lim and Ms. Tan Wee Ni, who have been great seniors to the petitioner, who guided her in every problem she faced and shaped her to become a better person in life. The petitioner would like to specially thank her good friends, Mr. Tam Jo Ping and Mr. Hu Ding Yuan, for always listening to her as exchanging their points of view with the petitioner. My Lord, I believe the petitioner is a fit person to be admitted and enrolled as an advocate and solicitor of High Court of Malaya, that the petitioner's papers are in order and the relevant bodies have no objection to the petition. Arif.
Dengan izin Arif, pihak Peguam Negara Malaysia tiada bantahan.
Si.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tiada bantahan.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Jatuhan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya dengan ini rendah diri memohon Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini supaya Pempetisyen ke-6 Gans UAE diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai seorang Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaysia. Malaya.
Terima kasih. Oleh kerana semua kertas-kertas kausa teratur dan badan-badan yang berkenaan tidak mempunyai apa-apa bantahan terhadap petisyen ini, Mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan Pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Gan UAE sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Gan UAE dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih Yang Arif. Dan dengan izin Yang Arif, saya juga dengan rendah diri memohon kepada Mahkamah Yang Mulia ini agar Pempetisyen ke-6 menjubahkan dirinya sendiri pada pagi ini.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih Yang Arif.
Tania.
Izin Yang Arif, Pempetisyen ke-7 WA 18915 082021 Anroi Zoe. P7, silakan perkenalkan diri anda.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, nama saya Anroi Zoe, Pempetisyen ke-7.
Dipersilakan Cik Muhammad Khalil.
Terima kasih Arif. Dengan izin Arif, nama saya Muhammad Khalil bin Tajuddin, peguam pengusul bagi pihak Pempetisyen Ang Rui Zoe, manakala rakan-rakan bijaksana saya yang masing-masingnya mewakili yang berbahagia Peguam Negara Malaysia, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan juga Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur adalah seperti mana yang telah diperkenalkan awal-awal tadi. Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya ingin memohon kebenaran daripada Yang Arif untuk meneruskan ucapan usul ini di dalam bahasa Inggeris.
Dipersilakan.
Much obliged, my lord. Before that, my lord, I seek your lordship's indulgence to allow me to introduce the petitioner, Ang Rui Zoe. The petitioner was born on the 3rd of March 1998 in Kuala Lumpur and was raised in Kajang. She is the eldest child of my good friend, Mr. Ang Kun Leong and Madam Tan Ping Ping, whom I believe are keenly observing this proceeding online. Growing up, the petitioner has always been fascinated by language. For many people, studying law and becoming a lawyer is a natural calling, but that was not the case for the petitioner. She knew languages is her forte, and she wanted a career where language, when rightly used, can make a difference. That is how the petitioner decided to take up law. However, it was only during her university days that she found her passion and understood the power of law. My lord, the petitioner read law at the Multimedia University in Malaya and graduated in 2021. In the same year, the petitioner began her pupillage at Mrs. Lim and Yo under the tutelage of her pupil master, Ms. Lee Pek Ying. During her pupillage, the petitioner was given the opportunity to explore in the areas of conveyancing practice and civil litigation with the firm, which gave the petitioner an invaluable insight into the legal practice. The petitioner is grateful to have undergone a fulfilling journey throughout her pupillage. My lord, on this special day, the petitioner would like to express her deepest gratitude to the following people. First and foremost, the petitioner wishes to express her gratitude and love to her parents, grandparents, and her family for their unconditional love, support, and encouragement, without which she would not have been able to stand here proudly prior to a long journey ahead as a lawyer. The petitioner wishes to thank her pupil master, Ms. Lee Pek Ying, and all her colleagues at Mrs. Lim and Yo, particularly Dato Bruce Lim, for their guidance, patience, and trust throughout her pupillage. The petitioner would also like to express her heartfelt appreciation to her university mates, whom I believe 3 of them are present in this honorable court, who went through the hardships and challenges throughout their time at law school, definitely with countless unforgettable memories. Last but not least, my lord, the petitioner would like to thank So Tian Ching for giving her unconditional love and support throughout her journey. Yang Arif, saya percaya bahawa Pempetisyen adalah seorang yang berkelayakan dan memenuhi syarat-syarat di bawah Akta Profesyen Undang-Undang 1976 untuk diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai seorang Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Saya juga percaya bahawa segala dokumen dan surat cara adalah teratur dan juga lengkap. Saya selanjutnya percaya bahawa rakan-rakan bijaksana saya daripada badan-badan yang diperkenalkan tadi juga tiada bantahan terhadap petisyen ini. Oleh yang demikian, Ya Arif, saya dengan rasa rendah diri memohon satu perintah supaya Pempetisyen Ang Rui Zoe diterima masuk dan didaftaraikan sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, pihak Peguam Negara Malaysia tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Majlis Peguam Malaysia tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur tiada bantahan.
Terima kasih. Oleh kerana badan-badan yang berkenaan tidak mempunyai apa-apa bantahan terhadap petisyen ini, dan oleh kerana mahkamah diyakinkan bahawa semua kertas-kertas kausa adalah teratur, mahkamah dengan ini membenarkan permohonan pempetisyen dan menerima masuk Ang Rui Zoe sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya dan juga memerintahkan nama Ang Rui Zoe dan penerimaannya didaftaraikan oleh pendaftar Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya.
Terima kasih Arif. Dengan keizinan Yang Arif, saya memohon kebenaran untuk Pempetisyen menjubahkan dirinya sendiri.
Dipersilakan.
Terima kasih ya Arif.
Ya.
Arif. Terima kasih Arif.
Nurul. Nurul.
Maaf ya, ada masalah teknikal sebentar tadi. Terima kasih kepada kesemua wakil jabatan dan peguam pengusul. Tahniah diucapkan kepada kesemua pempetisyen yang telah didaftaraikan sebagai peguam Bela dan peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Diminta sekali lagi diingatkan agar tuan-puan kekal di kedudukan masing-masing dan tidak menutup video walaupun setelah selesai ucapan dari Arif Hakim. Terima kasih. Dengan ini saya menjemput Arif Hakim untuk memberikan ucapan. Silakan Arif.
Terima kasih. Puan Adiba Iman Muhammad Hassan, Peguam Persekutuan yang mewakili Tan Sri Peguam Negara Malaysia, Puan Nik Edin Zurina binti Nik Abdul Rashid yang mewakili Majlis Peguam, dan Cik Mahendra Naidu anak lelaki Ramasan Taram yang mewakili Jawatankuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan Selangor, serta tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dapat mengikuti sidang ini dari dalam talian. Izinkan saya memberikan sedikit ucapan kepada peguam-peguam baru kita yang kita raikan pada hari ini. Sekali lagi saya bagi pihak Badan Kehakiman mengucapkan tahniah kepada Encik Syazwan Abazah bin Fikri Abazah, Encik Fatin Shira binti Muhammad Zuki, Encik Rachel So Ziying, Encik Sanggita anak perempuan Supaya, Encik Calvin Lim Sin Guan, Encik Gan Su Yi dan Cik Ang Rui Zoe kerana telah diterima masuk sebagai peguam Bela dan peguam Cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya. Baru sekejap tadi, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan Pempetisyen telah memakai jubah masing-masing secara kendiri bersesuaian dengan norma baru. Subject to the issuance of Sijil Annual and Practicing Certificate, you now have an exclusive right to appear and plead in all courts of justice in Malaysia as provided under Section 35 of the Legal Profession Act 1976. This is the extent of exclusivity accorded to you. Unlike in England, which has a split profession, the legal profession in Malaysia is a fused one. Hence, the term advocate and solicitor. In the circumstances as an advocate and solicitor, you have to take the brief directly from your client, prepare the pleadings and affidavits if the need arises. In the course of taking the brief, please remember that all the small details count. Take down everything, even if initially you think that some of it are irrelevant. You can disregard the irrelevant facts later when you have got the bigger picture after you have taken the briefs. Who would have thought that the issue of a decomposed snail in a bottle of ginger beer would land up in the House of Lords and later became the locus classicus of who is our neighbor in law. As a law student, it never crossed my mind that a smoke ball filled with carbolic acid, which the manufacturer claimed in a newspaper advertisement to be a cure for influenza was important. After all, it was only an advertisement just like many others. However, the English Court of Appeal thought it differently. Hence, the principle that an advertisement containing certain terms to get a reward constituted a binding unilateral offer that could be accepted by anyone who performed its terms. Even a village cricket field attracted the attention of Lord Denning when he remarked that nearly every village has its own cricket field where the young men play and the old men watch, to the delight of everybody. Lord Denning even blamed a newcomer, one Mr. Miller, who bought a house next to the cricket ground and started complaining about its purported nuisance caused by the game. Although Mr. Miller won the case and awarded damages, not long after that, he moved house. So never underestimate your briefs as you prepare your case. What looks small and negligible, like a decomposed nail, a newspaper advertisement on the effectiveness of a smoke ball in curing influenza, a house next to the cricket club, or a barmaid who got badly beaten by a big dog, as in Cummings against Granger, had become cause célèbre that inspired the likes of Lord Atkin, Lord Justice Linley, and Lord Denning to write landmark judgments. The respective principles of law stated by them have been constantly referred to until today. When preparing your briefs, pay great attention to small details. Who knows, you too may be inspired like the great law lords. Another thing that budding lawyers must always embrace is technology. When I was a chambering student 36 years ago, it was a very long time, I do my research manually when instructed by my master. I had to go through the many volumes of MLJ and look into the index in order to find the given topic and related principles of law. It is therefore important that legal practitioners, whether you are in the conveyancing or litigation, take hold of technology and run with it. In short, you have to use the online law journals, including Thomson Reuters, Nexis, and CLG Law effectively. It saves a lot of time and energy. At the same time, applications such as Dropbox, which is a cloud storage service, will allow you to save files online and sync them to your devices. Unlike those days, there is no more need to carry loads and loads of documents to the court room at the trial. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, ahli-ahli keluarga dan rakan-rakan Pempetisyen yang sempat mengikuti sesi ini di dalam talian. Sebagai seorang yang datang dari Fakulti Undang-Undang, saya amat memahami bukan mudah untuk mencipta kejayaan dan lulus ijazah yang dinamakan LLB. Laluannya amat sukar dan berliku. Bak kata pepatah, angin berputar, ombak bersabuk. Saya yakin ada di antara kita semasa di Fakulti Undang-Undang pernah terlintas sama ada kita telah mengambil kursus yang betul atau sebaliknya. Saya juga mengambil kesempatan ini untuk mengucapkan tahniah dan terima kasih kepada peguam-peguam pengusul yang telah meluangkan masa kepada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan Pempetisyen pada pagi ini. Saya yakin ini amat bermakna kepada Pempetisyen lebih-lebih lagi ianya dibuat secara pro bono. Saya benar-benar berharap agar tuan-tuan dan puan-puan tidak dibebankan dengan getting up fees ataupun refresher selepas ini. I believe a good lunch is adequate, though not necessarily be sufficient. Kepada ahli-ahli keluarga dan rakan-rakan Pempetisyen yang mengikuti prosiding ini dalam talian, hari ini adalah hari menyambut kejayaan mereka. Marilah sama-sama kita mengucapkan tahniah di atas kejayaan ini. Apa juga pilihan tuan-tuan dan puan-puan selepas ini, sama ada sebagai Peguam Bela dan Peguam Cara, in-house legal executive atau perkhidmatan undang-undang dan kehakiman seperti Peguam Persekutuan Puan Adiba, Mahkamah mengambil kesempatan ini untuk mengucapkan selamat maju jaya di dalam karier pilihan puan-puan yang amat kita hormati. Kepada graduan Universiti Malaya, termasuk pengusul dan wakil-wakil badan-badan berkenaan, saya mengucapkan tahniah di atas sambutan 50 tahun Fakulti Undang-Undang pada hari ini yang dianjurkan oleh Persatuan Alumni Fakulti Undang-Undang Universiti Malaya, Parfum, yang turut dihadiri oleh Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri dan Yang Amat Arif, Ketua Hakim Negara. All the best, and wherever you are, always stay safe. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih, Arif. Diminta tuan-puan kekal di video masing-masing kerana ada sesi fotografi. Boleh betulkan kedudukan masing-masing? Terima kasih.
Terima kasih, Hakim.
Terima kasih semua.
Terima kasih, Arif. Terima
Alright.
kasih,
Terima kasih,
tuan-puan.
Arif.
Thank you.
Terima kasih, Arif.
Thank you. Thank you.
Terima kasih, Arif.